Hey lads, how you doing? It's Imad here, back with another video. So today's video is going to be about while loops. So I'm going to answer the following questions. What is a while loop? Why do we need a while loop? And how to use and write a while loop. So I'm going to switch to the computer and show you and give you examples. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, just create a new object. Let me just write the while here. This is the while loop. So you can use a for loop if you know how many times you want to loop. Whereas while loop, you can use a while loop when you don't know how many times you want to loop. So I'm going to give you an example and show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to ask the user to input the username and the password. So I'm going to see out enter username and del. So I'm going to declare the username here, so string username. Okay, so cn user name, and I'm going to declare the user password here as well. So I'm going to say int user password and I'm gonna copy these here. I'm gonna just copy that. This is here. Please enter user password. So user password, and I'm gonna change that to user password as well. So user password. Now, as far as at this point, so there's nothing new. So I need to check whether the user password is correct or not. So I'm gonna use the if statement first without using a while loop and show you the difference. So if you say if user password password equals to, let's say, give it password 1234, just an example. If that's true, then I'm gonna see out a message says anything correct password, correct password. Can I handle done? If that's true, then just display message says correct password. If it wrong, then else see out. I'm gonna just copy here just to save time and say incorrect password. Now as you can see, I'm asking the user to input the username and the password. This if statement check if the user input is, which is the user password, if it equals to 1234. If that's true, then just display a message says correct password. Other than that, just display a message incorrect password. So let's just run the program and see. Please enter username, so email, user password 1234. That's correct password. So as you can see, correct password. Now I'm gonna input a random number, so any number. As you can see, incorrect password, and the program just stops, so it won't loop. So I'm gonna use the while loop here and show you the difference. So I'm gonna write a while loop here, and here the condition. So while user password not equals to 1234, that operator means not equals to. So while the user password not equals to 1234, then ask the user to input the password. So I'm gonna just copy these here, paste it here, and display message says wrong password first. So cout wrong password. Enter. So while the user password not equals to 1234, then just display wrong password. Please enter user password and then allow the user to input the user password and delete that. We don't need it. Let's run that. So username email, and I'm gonna input random number. As you can see, wrong password, please enter the password. Now it's gonna loop like forever. It won't stop looping. As you can see, it loops like an infinite loop. It loops forever until you hit the 1 2 3 4. Program stops. So that's the while loop if you want to loop as many times as the user password is wrong. Now if you want to loop only 3 times, so what I mean by that, if you want to allow the user to re-input or re-enter the user password only 3 times, so you need to declare a variable called anything you want to call it. So I'm going to say int, call it a counter. I'm going to set that to 0. Now why the user password not equals to 1 2 3 4 and that's the operator means and, so why the user password not equal to 1 2 3 4 and the counter not equal to how many times? Let's say 3 times. That's just an example. So while the user password not equals to 1 2 3 4 and the counter not equals to 3, execute the code here. Let's just run the program and see. Now enter a username, so Imad. Enter a password, random number, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5, 6, nothing happened, nothing new. So as you can see, I set the counter to 0 and the counter here stays 0 forever until you increase it by 1 on each loop. So on each loop you have to increase the counter by 1. So counter plus 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 means increase that by 1. So if the user password is not equal to 1 2 3 4 and the counter not equal to 3, execute the code and increase the counter by 1, and then keep looping until the counter is 3. So when the counter is 3, then the condition fails and then stop looping. Let's try that. Enter name, user password, random number. That's the wrong password. Enter user password. That's 1. First time. Second time. That's the third time. As you can see, only allows the user to input only 3 times. Now you don't have to use the while loop inside the if or else if statement, so you can use it outside them. So I'm going to use that outside the if statement. We can just copy that and just delete it. We don't need this anymore. I'm just kind of giving you 2 examples. I'm going to use the if statement, the while loop without the if statement. So here I'm just checking, allowing the user to input the username and the password. Here just check while user password not equals to 1 2 3 4 and the counter not equals to 3, and then execute the code. As you can see now, username is Imad, password is random password. Okay, and now I just want to display the user password and the username to the screen if it's correct, and if the user tries 3 times, then I have to display the message that says you have tried 3 times, please try it again later. So I need to check I need the if statement to check if the counter is equals to 3. So if the counter is equals to 3, then display a message. So cout you have tried 3 times, please try again later, and endel. That's if the counter is 3. If the counter not equal to 3, then if this is false, then I need the else here. So I'm just checking if the counter is equal to 3, then just display a message says you have tried 3 times, please try again later. If that's true, then display a message. If this is false, then display the username and the user password. So I'm gonna see out username. Just I'm gonna pass the variable here, username, endel. If this is the username, then the user password. So cout user password. Oh, I need to write a string here, sorry. So string user password, and then I'm gonna pass the variable here, user password, enter. So let me just go over it again. So I'm asking the user to input the username and the password, then checking the while. I'm using a while loop to check the user password. So while user password not equal to 1234 and the counter not equal to 3, then execute the code and increase the counter by 1. When the counter is 3, or if the counter is equal to 3, then display this message. Else display the username and the user password. Let me just run the program now and show you. Okay, if I input username, emad user password 1234, write password straight away. Then username, emad user password 1234, done. Now if I input wrong password, so emad a random number, let's say, wrong password, please enter password, random numbers again, please enter password, random numbers, enter password. Now when I reach the 3 times, it says you have tried 3 times, please try again later. Now if I input the username and the random number, I input the right number on the second time, so 1234, as you can see, like it stops looping and then display the username and the user password. So you can use a for loop if you know how many times you want to loop, and you can use a while loop if you don't know how many times you want to loop. Alright, that's it guys, hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos, and I'll see you with another one. Stay home, stay safe.